Hi friends, my name is Borrodante and welcome back to the Moment of Supremacy. Here we are. First things first, this question, how to write with shadows right away. For that, we create a separate layer and apply drop shadow effect to it. New layer, effects, drop shadow. Okay, and now we draw without a shadow for some reason. Oh, it's probably super small, yeah. Drop down, double click, setting things up. Looking awesome, painting with shadows in real time. You're welcome. Now, that taken care of. A lot of people asked to remove the green reflection from the snake. Yeah, the thing is, this blurry reflection was never from the snake. It was from the green field, like the one that's giving this green reflex right here. And somewhat of a green tint in reflection here, although you can't notice it much at all. Well, note taken, I think we'll just remove the reflection of the grass because nothing really reflects grass around it at all, and yeah, it's not a very good combination of colors in here. Everything's red around and green just doesn't fit in. So we'll remove that. And I don't know, maybe we'll think more a bit on the design. Someone said that it's a bit too whatever. I don't know, I think it's kind of cool for just a thing in there. Yeah, another comment was that we might want to move the coat of arms a bit higher, because if we would imagine King sitting here, he would almost hit his head on that thing. You know, I don't think we should care much about that. I don't think he would actually reach it with his head, and he's not sitting there in the moment, so for the painting, for the sake of composition, we want to remove a bit of the empty red space and see more of the coat of arms. So I think it's a good idea to keep it there. Now, a lot of people started noticing the weirdness of this thing. More than one person advised to add steps in here. Now, there should be no steps. This is not a place where we get here from. This is why the guards are running from back there. That's where the steps are. Now, I decided to elaborate on the whole design of these columns in here. Open mouth and maybe even lifted eyebrows or something. Someone said that, so might do that. I'm not sure. Expression never hurts, so maybe we'll do that. Yeah, one of the fronts pointed out that feet are way too low, like they're here. And that makes no sense. They just should end a lot higher. That's one thing that might look really weird for this guard, that's why he looks so geometrically impossible. And I hope we'll do a lot of complexity on the whole thing in here. This is going to be the main part. I mean, I would love it to be the main part, but I think the main part will be this thing. We have to do the guard right, so there will be another attempt to do the guard in the front plane here. And the last thing, someone suggested to create, I think it was Manika, to create the same kind of design of the blade for the sword as on the coat of arms. Really not sure that that's a good idea. In here on coat of arms, it looks like a metaphor or something special. And if we'll make all the swords like that, then this is just swords on the coat of arms. Maybe we'll add some kind of details on the blades, but I don't know, shouldn't probably do the same thing as on coat of arms. Now, let's start with this guy. I think I finally found out why I was so lousy and sleepy all the time, and that's because I was drinking a huge amount of chicory for a while, and it makes me a bit sleepy when I overdose on it. So I stopped doing that, and I feel like I'm really a lot chipper. So there's a good chance this is going to be a good episode. I mean, they're all awesome, super great, amazing episodes, but this one is going to be better. Okay, let's do the sketch, the new sketch of the guard. I feel like it might help if we would add some lines of the perspective. Now, if he would be like, say here, this is the side of the cranial part, I think. I gotta say, it's really hard to figure out how the anatomy goes when it's in contact with the surface. I mentioned before that this is the problem I have with feet, or even hands when they touch the ground. And when it's like the whole body is touching, like I'm still very unconfident about this one as well. But anyway, let's try. So when someone's laying on the ground, the head will be on the same level as the shoulder that's at the bottom part, kind of, right? So let's give that a try. Again, he's going to be facing away, so we wouldn't have to look at the knocked out dude. Okay, there's no point in having his head rotated like this from the ground. If he's all laying on his side, then his head would be completely on its side as well. Wise decisions. A bit like this, I think his head should go, so he looks less comfortable. He didn't bring any pillow to get knocked out in comfort. Yeah, I think he should be bigger, because right now he's basically the size of the king. Okay, let's do a quick drawing of the armor on him, since we basically have the design of the armor by now. Not from the back, though. I just realized that fact. Ooh, this is a good place to showcase some kind of like a coat of arms on their back. So there would be the symbol. That would be cool. And it's going to be just imprint on the metal. And then we have these cockroach plates of metal. Get over here. It's hard to think with my head rotated 90 degrees. Now, I want to cover somehow the middle. How does it go on the... No, we don't want that. Maybe let's add some of those things, like more plates like this in the middle. I feel like I made the torso too long again in the build-up, so it's kind of getting shorter as I'm adding details. So that's like cloth, or like this metal fabric thing, whatever it's called in English, I don't know. Chain armor. Yeah, not a hard one. So some of that chain armor going on here. I think the shoulder should be wider. Helmet, I think on. If he's knocked out, it's not necessary to lose your helmet, okay? A little bit of overlapping on top of the king, which is good. Shows the perspective effect. More interesting. Well, maybe like this. Let's give this a try. Adding some reflection, because it's really hard to tell where he is before other surfaces react on him. Okay, pretty awesome base, I think. Let's mark in the coat of arms and make a better anatomy for the ear. Marking in the coat of arms and failed to make the snake bite itself. I don't know why. Wow, this looks really cool with the coat of arms thing. Almost legit. I want to add some kind of detail on the helmet on this area. It looks kind of blank. I don't know, something like this. Okay, done with the guard. I think he looks awesome, considering that we might add more details to it later. Did it! Now, what do we do next? No green, let's remove that, that's fast. And then add the mouth, and then work for the rest of the day on the complexity of the surfaces. Okay, something like this. Got rid of the green color and added some of the details. Whatever, I think it's really cool now. Moving on. No green. Now let's open mouth. He looks so awesome. I feel like I'm so gonna mess it up. Open jaw. Yes, I'm doing it like this. 'Cause why not? Let's try not raising eyebrow, but raising eyelids. Because right now he's kind of smiling in a very calm way. So we should open his eyes a bit more. By just doing a little bit of pixel hunting. There we go. A lot more fun looking, but not crazy. Okay, let it be this for now. Now, last couple of fixes. I want to add like holes, you know, like in the cheese knife, when it's just a knife. It has like holes to minimize the friction. Maybe do that. I'm pretty sure I saw something like that in some sort of fantasy movies, or not fantasy, actually sci-fi. I don't remember where though. There, now I like it, I think. Kinda cool, isn't it? Circles were kinda lame, and when it was just rhombuses, it kinda looked unpleasant. I don't know why, like too rough of a shape. And this way it's kinda really awesome. So, did the sword. Now, let's take care of the last actual fix with the feet of the guard. Poor dude, you had so many operations on your feet. So the throne ends at this point, and that's where the foot of the guard already is. Was I drunk or something? That's basically the question I ask myself every time I do fixes on my artwork. Okay, so this is my today's take on the physically impossible guard. And while we're here, let's maybe think some more on this guard's head. First things first, let's lower this eyeball. Okay, I think these spikes are awesome, but they shouldn't connect in this one point. It feels wrong. It should end at the middle of the eye right here. That will look a lot more awesome. Please don't tell me this is exactly how Star Trek character goes. Whoever that is. There, something like this. I think it's quite better now. Now let's brainstorm the floor and the walls. So marked in the columns somehow. Not really happy with that. I think it should at least get a lot lower, because we're covering a lot of crowd this way. It's not cool. Okay, this is really gross for now, but I'm gonna leave it there just to think about it next time. Let's think a little bit on the walls and floor. Let's actually just use this grid for the geometry of tiles. Okay, not so bad, although it's just a simple square tiles. Maybe we'll make it more complex next time, based on the square shape, adding something more complex. But for now, let's think a little bit on the walls and armrests, and call it done for today. Won't forget this anymore. Okay, let's see. Something with a snake, maybe? I remember someone said that in the comments. Now, let's see. Okay, something like this. Probably more patterns should go here, and in these tiny lines. And maybe, I don't know, something will be going on here, but I'll just mark it in. Shouldn't be just red cloth, that's weird, right? There, I think this is it for today. Wow, this looks a lot more complex now. I think we'll add some extra details on the floor, and I'm not sure about the white divisions in between the tiles on the floor, because they are the only white thing, like all the other divisions are black. Maybe these things will be white, although no, this is going to be too much like these. I don't know, we'll see. Tell me what you think, and I will hear that. But for now, I thank you for watching. If you did, I guess you did if you're here. Leave a like and subscribe, tell a friend. Look in the dog. Do whatever you want. And I will see you in the next one. Bye! Maybe the whole productivity thing is about my hat. Well, it makes sense, it has tinfoil in it.